running game than you're used to.
I think they changed their sets up too. I think it's less focus on the tight end and put more guys into formation. Real quick, CBS Sports is saying that Mike Evans, Buccaneers receiver, might be available for trade. He's cranky about his deal. He doesn't like where he is. Cowboys, Giants, Pats, and Lions are in the mix. Week 6, we're coming close to Halloween, getting close to the deadline. What's Mike Evans worth to you? If you're one of those teams, you think he gets you over the top?
If I'm one of those,
a second?
Because here's with Mike Evans, going to be second and an extension. It's
you're going to have to pay.
So you're going to be comfortable with second round pick and saying, hey, all right, Mike, we'll give you two more years.
Pretty damn good receiver.
30 years old. Try to get the rest out of him.
Yep.
I think a team getting near the trade deadline would be interesting, would be the Detroit Lions. Is Jameson Williams 6-week suspension? So he's going to have to work his way back in that offense. So if I'm like Detroit, I'm thinking about this move sooner rather than later if they are serious about it. Because who's their wide receiver too?
Well, they think it's Jameson Williams, and he's never playing.
He won't be available to at least week 7.
Right. He never plays.
You have a rookie tight end in the offense. You have a rookie running back, David Montgomery. That backfield's going to be good. That would be a great destination for Mike Evans.
I'm really interested to see them play tomorrow, by the way. And when we come back, it's Red Zone. Let's go in the Red Zone. DC's put together big topics, throw JJ and me. In regards to the NFL on NFL Eve, that's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal, your home for Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football.
Paid for by the Affordable Connectivity Program through Get Internet.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop.
I am Michael Ojera, midfielder for New Mexico United. Clark's support for the United is an example of their commitment to local partnerships. Clark's understands that paying it forward develops a better team and ultimately better community partner.
When you need pet food and supplies,
Clark's is always the best shot.
Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations.
Go United!
ClarksPets.com.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I guess tomorrow's still preseason because tomorrow's game day. NFL opens tomorrow. We do a red zone every day. DC's put together 4 topics, and let's go into the red zone.
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
Are you crazy? I'm saying you're a football player.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Tom Brady this game.
You're in the red zone with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
Let's go, baby!
It's first and goal.
All right, guys, we started talking about this earlier, but then we ended up debating Kittle and Kelsey. So let's try it again. Travis Kelce's knee is a major cause for concern in Kansas City. How many games would Travis Kelce have to miss for you to be concerned about the Chiefs this season?
6. I think if it's a hyperextended knee, they give him some time and he'll come back into the lineup. But at that point in time, 6 games into the season, you're working your way back from a knee, the number 1 seed could be out of reach by then.
I'd say 4, because I think their season, when they're fully healthy, is salvageable even if they don't get the only bye. But I think at 4, maybe even 3, I'm worried about the number 1 overall seed. After 4, now I'm starting to worry. The AFC's thick. It's deep. There's a lot of good teams, and you can't just start giving games away. And I at 4 is the number I start worrying about where they're going to be when it's all said and done.
Second and goal.
Ready, down, put.
All right, Detroit Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs has set his sights on a bar rarely crossed by running backs. Gibbs told ESPN's Michelle Steele he believes he can top 1,000 rushing yards and 500 receiving yards in a season. So over under 1,000 rushing yards, over under 500 receiving yards for Gibbs.
I'm going over on both, and I'll tell you why. I think that he's going to be the bell cow back. They got David Montgomery there on 3rd down and to take goal line stuff. But JJ, you asked me a question earlier. Who's their number 2 receiver after Amon-Ra St. Brown? They got a rookie tight end. This is a rookie. But I think in that offense, they're going to utilize him out of the backfield, catching balls. I think if he stays healthy, I think they're going to look to wear him out. I think that's why they got rid of DeAndre Swift. I think he goes over on both.
Under 1,000 yards, over 500 yards receiving. David Montgomery is not a nobody.
No.
Jamal Williams rushed for over 1,000 yards in that offense last year. So to me,
I rest my case.
Jamar Gibbs is not going to be the future back in that offense.
I don't
rush for 1,000 yards.
I don't think in 17 games, 1,000 yards means what it used to mean. You know, when it was 14 games and even 16, it was a big milestone. But at 17, I think he gets there.
I think his receiving totals are going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
I just think there's just too much of a split.
Okay.
Because the difference with Jamal Williams is DeAndre Swift wasn't healthy a lot of those games. And I think we're going to see a true committee when it comes to rushing the football in Detroit.
He went for $76 last night, the rookie.
3rd and goal.
All right, now that Hard Knocks is over, let's see what we really think. Put on your fortune teller hat and predict what is going to happen what is going to happen this year for the New York Jets.
They're a playoff football team that wins a game in the postseason.
I think they're a team that's fighting for a playoff spot at the end, probably gets one of the last 2 and loses in the first round. I think that the AFC is, again, so thick. Miami, Buffalo, them, Baltimore, Cincinnati. I mean, the whole North, the Jaguars, the Chargers, the Chiefs. I think they're a playoff team that's fighting for one of those last playoff spots, probably get it, and go out in the first round.
4th and goal.
Did I stutter? Beer me.
All right, since it's the eve of the NFL regular season and we're making predictions, what teams make the Super Bowl and who is your 23-24 champion?
You know, I don't even know that I've gone here yet. Seattle. Cincinnati.
Ooh.
Cincinnati.
Skyline chili for everyone. I'll go Buffalo, Philadelphia, fly, Eagles fly.
Almost went Buffalo.
Fly, Eagles fly.
So you know why I didn't go Philly? The record over the last bunch of years, and there's always an exception, teams who lose the Super Bowl take a big step back. And not just what the Rams did. I mean, that was a historical step backwards. But you look over the years, and again, there's always an exception to this. The teams who lose in the Super Bowl tend to take backwards steps. And I don't know why. And I don't know why you would expect that of Philly, because they look like they're the best team in the NFC. But for whatever reason, it happens. And I'm just writing history on that one.
And that's fair. I think the stat is that the last 17 Super Bowl losers, the quarterback has not returned to the Super Bowl. I'll look that up, but it's a pretty long list. So
does that even happen with Brady?
On their first time, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next year,
their first appearance in the Super Bowl.
Okay, and they lose.
They do not return
ever.
Yeah, I'll get it on break. It's amazing. It's like 17 quarterbacks.
So the last 17 quarterbacks who were making their first appearance in the Super Bowl and lost did not get back to the Super Bowl.
That is correct.
So I would put Joe Burrow in peril.
That is astonishing.
I know. It goes back a ways.
So we're talking Matt Ryan. We're talking really. This is that's what I've never heard. I'm trying to think back. So this would be Jalen Hurts now, right? And this would be, let's go back. I mean, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Jim Garoppolo. When the Rams lost in 19, that was Jared Goff. Wow. Okay. Wait. How many is that? One?
The previous
2?
16. I'm sorry, not 17.
So
16.
So it's Hurts, It's Burrow. It's Garoppolo. It's Goff. It's Matt Ryan. It's Cam Newton. It's who's San Francisco's quarterback when they lost to Baltimore?
Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick.
Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman when? That would be Pittsburgh, Indy. So Arizona was Kurt Warner. That was Brady. Rex Grossman back in 07 is 8. Who was Seattle's quarterback in 06?
Matt Hasselbeck.
Hasselbeck is 9. Donovan McNabb is 10. Carolina's quarterback in 04.
Jake Delhomme.
11. Oakland's quarterback in 03.
Rich Gannon.
I thought it was Rich Gannon. That's 12. Rams quarterback in 02 was Warner, right? So that doesn't count. That would have been Eli. Tennessee's quarterback was Vince Young. Is that right? Who's Tennessee's quarterback?
Steve McNair.
Steve McNair. So that's 12 or 13. Holy smokes. Who's Atlanta's quarterback in 99? This is fascinating to me.
Chris Chandler.
Oh, wow. So that's 13. That'd have been Favre. That'd have been
Drew Bledsoe before that.
Bledsoe in 97 is 14.
Neil O'Donnell.
Neil O'Donnell for Pittsburgh is however many.
Stan Humphries.
Stan Humphries for the Chargers. So who's the last quarterback to get back after winning their first? They're breaking that trend.
I believe it's John Elway.
That blows that's to me.
That's crazy.
I want to ponder on that. All right, we're going to reset you at the top. Chiefs fans, how big is this loss for Kelsey? And what happens tomorrow? Because we got NFL season starting. How many can the Chiefs afford to lose with Kelsey before it affects their season? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Your home for Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Starting tomorrow, boys and girls. Who do you like? Who do you like as you head in? Hey, you know what? DC just asked, what's your Super Bowl? I tugged that out of my lower crevice. Mm-hmm. What did I say? Seattle, Cincinnati? Why? Why did I say Cincinnati? But I guess I got to live with it. Who do you like in the Super Bowl? Call it now. Call it now. I'll give you. I think I've got here. I'll go deeper than that for you. Buffalo, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Kansas City are your AFC champions. Your wild card teams in the AFC are Baltimore. God, this is so hard in the AFC because I'm staring at the Chargers and I think they're going to be good. I like the Steelers. I like the Dolphins. I'm going to go Baltimore, the Dolphins, and the Chargers. The Jets are out. Is that stupid?
No, it is not.
NFC. Eagles. I'm off the Lions. Everybody is on the Lions. I'm going Eagles, Vikings, Saints, Seahawks, wild cards, Niners, Cowboys, Lions. You read all that down?
I thought you were going to join me with the Bears.
No, I'm not. I'm as high on that. Cowboys, Lions, and Niners is the wild cards.
I'm on an island with that one, I think.
I just think their defense isn't good enough. I don't know who they're going to stop.
That's fair.
You want to play this game? I know I just threw it at you. I just did it completely off the cuff, too. You can play if you want. I mean, you don't have to. Mm-hmm. Nobody's got to play. I'll be out there on my own. I'll bet this guy plays. Good morning, Edward. You're on The Sports Animal. Hello.
Well, you know, they say the holiday season starts around Thanksgiving, but I've always been in firm contention that the holiday season kicks off tomorrow night with the NFL season, and I'm thoroughly elated. Before I talk about the NFL, I want to say this. We may have seen the best collegiate performance game the past 50 years, if not longer, by one Travis Hunter from the University of Colorado, who played on 129 of 160 potential snaps. That was tremendous, and I was stunned by his performance. So what a thrill! By the way, I think they might be an upset alert this week at the University of Colorado because Nebraska was embarrassed by losing to Minnesota, and I think it's going to be closer than people think. But best story in college football right now is the University of Colorado program.
No doubt.
Yeah, amazing. Hey, if you were a Division I recruit and in primetime came to your house and he said, "Hey, I'll let you be authentically you. I'll support you and and everything that you do, and I'll position you for success." You don't think that some of the major, Division I candidates, recruits are going to end up in Colorado? It's amazing. But anyway, I want to talk about the NFL. Thank you for letting me share that. My NFC picks are in the NFC, the Eagles to win the East, the Lions to win the North, the Saints to win the South, and the 49ers to win the West. And I think the Cowboys and the Seahawks and the Packers are going to be wild cards. So I'm kind of in alignment with you.
Yeah, you're off the Vikings completely, huh? You threw the Vikings out. Yeah, you threw the Vikings out after 13 wins. Okay.
It's tough, right? I mean,
it's really tough.
It's a bone of contention. So I do like the Vikings, though, but their defense was historically bad last year, historically bad.
They'll be better.
I think I put up 100 yards per game against them.
Fair.
In the AFC, I think the Bills, they got a great tight end, which we've talked about. I think their offense, they're no longer going to rely on their quarterback to be the running game. He is the running game. I think the Bengals are going to win the North. The Jaguars, who I predicted when they drafted their QB, Trevor Lawrence, that they would play in the AFC title game within 3 years. And if the receiver doesn't drop a bomb last year, they probably make it in their second year. So I think they're going to play in the AFC title game this year. And the Chiefs are going to win the West. The Chargers, I think, are going to have a great season, and the Jets and the Ravens. So I think the Dolphins are out, quite honestly. And I think that watch the Ravens, just like we're going to watch the Saints. Watch the Ravens in the AFC. Hey, every year before the season started, I was thrilled with the Patriots for 20 years, 2 decades, around watching America's game the night before the season started, and if they would win the Super Bowl. Now I'm just hoping they could put 3 first downs together consecutively. I think my Patriots are going to win maybe 7 games, maybe. And this takes me back to the late 70s and early 80s when John Hanna, number 73, one of the best offensive linemen in the history of the game, was their best player. So we'll see how it plays out. 2 quick predictions. Either Herbert, Burrows, or Rodgers is going to win the league MVP. I'm kind of hoping Herbert wins it. And then my audacious prediction is at some point this year, Dak Prescott will get benched. Not for the whole season, but I think there's going to be a point of the season where he's underperforming, and they'll say, hey, we just need you to kind of sit down and reflect on your performance. I don't know when it's going to happen, but that's my audacious, bold prediction this year is at some point this year, Dak will be benched in some game for reflection purposes.
All right, man.
And my Super Bowl prediction, I think that the Bengals are going to play the Eagles, and I think Herbert is going to solidify himself as maybe the best quarterback in the league. Anyway, appreciate you letting me share my thoughts. Have a nice day, guys.
See you. Everybody's on the Eagles, huh? Everybody's on the Eagles because there's not another. Everybody else in the NFC's got a question mark, right? Everybody else.
They have fair questions. If you look at losing both of your coordinators in a season, they did that. Their offensive and defense coordinators became head coaches.
Yes,
the secondary.
Both of them. I think there's something there. I think there's something to that.
I think the Eagles have a lot of questions. I do. But so does the entire NFC.
Everybody does. What do you guys, am I on an island on Seattle? Am I just high on this Pete Carroll Kool-Aid? Is it ridiculous?
It is not ridiculous. I think you're maybe a little higher than some, but I totally understand it, especially now with the 49ers situation. Until they get Bosa back, I hesitate to put them at the top of their division. That's why I'm with you on Seattle. That's a tough team. They've got a ton of good pieces. They're really well coached. I take no issue with that whatsoever.
Seattle can win the division. They're better offensively this year. Jackson Smith and Jigba was a first-round pick. Mm-hmm. Now they need some of those players to get healthy on defense. Jamal Adams is still out. Their number 5 overall pick is questionable going into week 1. But the pieces are there for Seattle to beat San Francisco in that division.
To me, and this is almost every team in the NFL, do you believe in their quarterback? Do you believe what you watched with Geno last year was real or was it a mirage? Geno was consistent last year, wasn't he? Like Geno was a good quarterback last year. To me, was it real or is it a mirage? All right, when we come back, I got a story for you, man. I got a real story for you. And when you go to an ACC university, a high-level institution of higher learning, and you got class the night of that nationally televised game, or homework is due, you better get your homework in. Because professors ain't playing and ain't giving the quarterback an extension on getting his homework in just because you're going to be a star on national TV. What? Your homework's late. It's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal, your home for NFL's Monday night, Sunday night, and Thursday night football.
Want to get away?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
0610. So we watched Monday night. One of the biggest wins in the history of Duke football, right? They opened the season beating Clemson, 9th ranked team in the country, big time underdogs. It was a big deal, right?
Very big deal.
The quarterback, Riley Leonard, had some homework due in Professor Leonard's class. I'm sorry, Professor Taylor's class. Quarterback was good that day. 17 for 33, 175 yards, ran for another 98, 44-yard touchdown. But he had homework due. So he sent a note to Professor Taylor. Professor Taylor, if you're seeing this, please let me turn in my homework late because it's due tonight, I think, at midnight. Reasonable response. Athletes have time and, right? Professor, in a video on Duke's social media, Professor Taylor. Hey, Riley, great game last night, man. It was so exciting. Congratulations to you and all your teammates. But you know, Wesley Williams and the other linemen who were in class, they said they prepared ahead and did it ahead of time. So why didn't the quarterback? Extension not granted. No. So it says, so no way, man. No extension.
That's what happens at Duke. They're academics first.
Duke is an institution of higher education. So no way, man. No extension. Is the professor right or wrong?
Professor is right.
He probably is, isn't he?
There's a protocol. If you were late as an athlete and have a legitimate reason, you can get out of that. But if you say, I don't know, I think it's due at midnight, good luck at Duke.
And you're going to your lineman buddies going, dude, you guys turned in your homework? Yeah, you didn't? No, man, I figured we'd get an extension. We're playing on Monday. And by the way, Monday was a holiday, right? So you had all 3-day weekend to get that done. Professor Taylor's like, hey, great game, man. Exciting win. Congratulations. But hey, about that extension. Your homies got that done. They found a way to get it done. Why wouldn't the quarterback? No way, man. No extension. Professor Taylor ain't taking no crap.
Did it say what class it is?
I've been looking for it. I can't find what class it is.
Because if it's like a Comp 1 class, that is unacceptable.
What would make it acceptable?
If it was a large paper that was kind of an accumulation over, several semesters or something like that. And
September, man. School's in session for a week.
It's Duke. I mean,
I get it.
You get papers right away. But yeah, I don't know. Any class, yeah, you're right. That's probably your first assignment. You should probably have it on time.
And he had all 3-day weekend to do it, right? I mean, come on, man. But there was a party on Saturday night, and this girl, she wanted to go chill, and yeah.
The other problem is when you are in school, you have access to your classes before they start. So if he actually looked at the syllabus, he knew exactly what was due and when it was due.
Figure it out, Riley. You're a pretty good quarterback. You had a hell of a game. You are the toast of the town. But you're not getting an A right now in Professor Taylor's class.
You are still at Duke. This is not high school.
Dan, good morning. You're on The Sports Animal. Hello, Dan.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I wish you guys would change the subject and get talking about baseball. It's a lot more important than what football is at this time of day. Should be talking about.
Is it really?
National League West, the American League West, and talking about how Texas blew a 10-game lead over their rivals.
Yeah, that's
should be talking about the Dodgers. Atlanta,
Dan, you should have your own show, Dan.
What's going to come? Enough about football, guys.
All right.
It's the very first week.
Got it.
Talk about baseball.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great stuff. Can you put your job up for on the line? Nobody. Could you put it up?
Let's talk baseball.
All right. Julio Urias is not with the Dodgers.
All right, we talked baseball. Let's get back to football.
Is that what he wants to hear? That Julio Urias is not with the Dodgers?
Is that the texter?
I don't know.
I bet that is.
Oh, you think so?
Sounds like
Actually, I think baseball's terrific. I've been talking baseball. We didn't talk any baseball today. Certainly didn't talk any baseball today. Did he offer us? He did offer us how Texas blew a lead. The Astros beat the hell out of them.
Yeah,
I mean, we are coming down the stretch.
We are, and that is true. That is fair. We can't completely ignore baseball, but this is week 1 in the NFL.
So who do I listen to, the boss or to Dan?
Dan doesn't seem like the type to take much guff.
No. All right, I'll listen to Dan. What do the Dodgers do without Urias now? Julio Urias is their ace. Clayton Kershaw got beat around pretty good last night down in Miami. Julio Urias, the Dodgers ace, was arrested on felony domestic violence charges. He's not with the team. Dodgers are going down the stretch. We're headed into the postseason. What do you do? Dave Roberts, the manager, said he was shocked. Well, of course, you don't expect one of your guys to be arrested on serious domestic charges or domestic violence charges. Unfortunate for everyone. How concerned are you for the Dodgers now that Urias is out? Because it's a big deal. I would tell you should be extremely. They just lost a series to the Braves, in which he pitched and got beat. I mean, if you think you're going to the World Series, I think you got a big issue there. I do. Give me another big baseball story. Jose Altuve hit 3 home runs in 3 innings yesterday.
Is that insane?
3 home runs in the first 3 innings yesterday. They beat up on the Rangers again. 14-1 was the number last night that the Astros beat the Rangers. The Astros have now taken a half-game lead over the Mariners, 2 over the Rangers. The AL West is fun. If you look at the AL West and what's going on there, I mean, there's not a ton of pennant races. The Orioles are 3.5 games better than Tampa. Minnesota's up by 7 in their division. Braves are up by 14.5. Dodgers are up by 14. The Central and the National League and the American League West are good. And then the wild card is going to be fun to watch. Right now, Tampa Bay, Seattle, and the Blue Jays are your wild card teams, and Texas a half game back. So every game Texas gets beat, they've had a hell of a year. They spent a lot of money in the offseason. They've had a hell of a year. The Astros are I mean, the defending champs, so they're the Astros. They can pitch, they can hit, they can do everything. They're deep.
Speaking of hitting, I just pulled this up. Altuve.
Yeah.
You said homered in the first 3 innings. He also homered in the 9th inning of the game before. So he had home runs in 4 straight innings, 5 home runs in 2 games. That's insane.
Grady just sent me a text. Hang up on this guy. I want my football. Edward says I might modify one of my NFC wildcard picks from the Packers to the Vikings. I talked him into that. I talked him out of the Packers.
I was really surprised when he threw Packers over the Vikings. That was a first.
I mean, I don't think Packers in the playoffs is ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. But when he said it, it stopped me. I had to think about the logic behind that, and he thought it through. It made sense, but I can see flip flopping back to the Vikings on that one.
I mean, you could sit around right now and make an argument for many, many, many teams. Text line, baseball sucks. Baseball doesn't suck. Baseball doesn't suck. You may not like it. That's why there's so many channels. Because you can watch the U.S. Open, think that's great, and somebody else can tell you that sucks. It doesn't suck. Baseball doesn't suck just because you don't like it.
The playoffs are going to be really fun this
year. I think
year.
They're like 100%. Like soccer, right? If you don't like it, does it suck? I don't know. Text line says, how about this final? Lions 16, Chiefs 34. John in the 505. Okay? He's already called 34-16. It's a big number. Holding the Lions to 16 without your best offensive lineman. Scoring 34 without Kelsey. That's brave.
Yeah, that's a touchdown and 3 field goals. I don't see that one.
Yeah.
Also, 34 without Kelsey that'd be a huge game. Although I do think there's an ace up the sleeve somewhere. But 34, wow, that's a big number.
It's a big, big number. Dan's in Tennessee Tech mini scout. Jeffrey, Juan Jose, says, while we're waiting for Derek Charles' official report, here's what I was able to find out about the Golden Eagles. This is the Lobos' opponent this weekend. They're coming off a disappointing 45-10 opener versus Furman. But the big news in Cookeville in the offseason was the coming privately funded major renovation to Tucker Stadium, which they feel will be a shot in the arm for their program when it opens, money permitting, in 2025. Coach Dwayne Alexander is old school, resisted going heavy on mercenaries. He feels they have great freshman recruiting class that'll aid 35 returning 4th, 5th, and 6th-year homegrown players finishing higher than their 4th place conference pick. But in reality, the loss against the Paladins has tamped down hopes of an upset at University Stadium. Thank you, Dan. Look at it. He kind of did your work.
I've actually been preparing for this. It's going to be better than
Are you?
Probably some expect. Yeah, I mean, the video's out there. There's some interesting things to watch.
Yeah, there's video out there. All right. We're going to talk tomorrow, and JJ's got, normally we do this at 8, but I know JJ's got something set up tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So I don't even know what time we're doing this conversation tomorrow. We got Jerry Palm at 8:30 tomorrow. And Tito Stafford, Lobo starting left guard, is going to be with us tomorrow to talk about the A&M game. He's the offensive lineman with the feather that was sticking out of his helmet. Talk to him about that tomorrow. I should know what time. Normally it's at 8 o'clock. I think we're going a little earlier. I think it's going to be at 7:30 time. But we'll talk to him about that. I'm looking forward to that. All right, when we come back, it's open for you, man. You can tell us how to produce a show. Stop talking about football. Is that what I just heard? I mean, who do I listen to here? You can get in on baseball, and not just, as the text line says, baseball sucks. So you can actually get in on it if you want. I got all kinds of stuff. A local guy who was released the other day by the Steelers has found a home. He's got a job in the NFL. Who and where and why? Next, it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 670 Sports Animal, your home for Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop.
I am Michael Azera, midfielder for New Mexico United. Clark's support for the United is an example of their commitment to local partnerships. Clark's understands that paying it forward develops a better team and ultimately better community partner.
When you need pet food and supplies,
Clark's is always the best shot.
Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations.
Go United!
ClarksPets.com.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These are
Former El Dorado High School quarterback Zach Gentry was released by the Steelers at cutdown day. He was the tight end last few seasons. Has a job. The Bengals announced yesterday they've signed him to the 16-man practice squad where he can earn up to $20,600 a week. Guys in their first 2 years can make $12,000 per week. Pretty good living, right? For a little while, $12,000 a week on the practice squad. And then if you have more than 2 years experience in the NFL, between $16,100 and $20,600 per week. Jordan Byrd, Keyshawn Banks, Grant Hermans, all local guys were cut off teams last week. Keyshawn Banks, the rookie linebacker from Rio Rancho who played at San Diego State, not yet played in the NFL, was added to the practice squad of the Green Bay Packers. So you got a couple of guys who are on practice squads. We'll watch that. He's got a job. He's still in the NFL, still making a living. Now, that's pretty good stuff for him. 505-246-0610. If you want to get in on the opening drive today, you can. 505-246-0610. Gus wants to know Lobo football or Albuquerque's baseball team. Which will folks choose to go to Saturday, Jeff? It's been a long time since we had a game this meaningful for both clubs of the ball pitch. After last night's results, the Reno OD this morning is saying that the state tournament can still come up aces. Well, I mean, you can do both on Saturday. See, you still can. Lobo Hobo says, you know what, Jeffy? I don't see how Lobo fans can claim the game went better than expectations when they couldn't cover an already massive spread. The spread was 38.5. And the what would it end up, 42? I think it was 42. I think that's right. Look, how can they claim that? How can they watch the game? They feel better about the way the offense moved. They feel that the defense didn't get pushed around. I mean, that's how they feel that way. So, where's this headed, Jeffy, says HB. It seems the talking heads are split 50-50. Half are saying we need to get back to guys putting on uniforms as pimply-faced boys, and you follow their development until they run down that ramp for the last time on senior night as men. The other half are saying college is now all about catching lightning in a bottle with a bunch of mercenaries that combined high school and college have already been at like 45 different programs. Teams will be rebuilt from scratch every single season, something that doesn't even happen in the pros where there are contracts and salary caps. Where's it going, HB? It's going the latter. It's going to let me just tell you this. What happened with Colorado and Texas State this weekend, two programs that utilized the portal, completely rebuilt their rosters, and won. Colorado stunning TCU and in a much lower key, but I don't know that any less stunning of an upset. I mean, if I told you before it all started, Colorado was going to be TCU, and Texas State out of the Sun Belt was going to be Baylor, which would you tell me was a bigger upset?
Texas State.
Right? But nobody's talking about that because nobody saw it. It was, I don't even know where it was televised, but you didn't care because, well, you didn't care, right? It wasn't prime time. It wasn't, and I get why Colorado's a bigger deal. But because those two things happen, HB, he asks, is which way to go? You go 4-year, 5-year guys at your program or turning your roster over every year? The answer is it's going that way. How do you turn something around quickly? Ask Colorado. Ask Texas State. Everybody is going to utilize the portal. When we were in Vegas this year and we talked to old school coaches at Media Day, even the ones who said, and we ran a few, Craig Bowl, right? He said, it was Brady Hoke. Said, I feel like a hypocrite. I don't love it, but I'm benefiting from it, from the transfer portal. Craig Bull and I got into it. He says, it bothers me when you say that. But they're using the transfer portal at Wyoming. You're using it in New Mexico. I mean, pick it. So HB, which way is it going to go? To try to catch lightning in a bottle, or, as you say, guys putting on uniforms as pimply-faced boys and they run down the ramp for the last time as senior night as men? They're running down someone else's ramp, dude. And you got somebody else running down yours that was a pimply-faced boy when they started. Guys transfer. They can. They want to. They do. Coaches leave. Situations change. They want to go do something else. But the answer is, what happened, if you're one of those guys who wants to go backwards, and by the way, it's not. Like, it's just not. But if you're one of those guys that is holding on to the way it used to be, what Colorado and Texas State did the other day doesn't help your cause. Because more and more people are going to see what happened there and go, well, I want to do that.
That's interesting. It makes me wonder, 10 years from now, will we look back at Deion Sanders like he totally changed the game of college football?
I think he's going to have a big role in changing the game. So it is really interesting to me, okay? If you're taking over a program, I mean, pick a program. I don't care. Pick a program in America. And DC gets hired, let's just say right now, Rice is a tough one because of academics, but I'm just looking for like a program that was middling. Like, let's just say Indiana. Okay. Or even Nebraska. You know you don't have 4 years to rebuild this thing. Nobody's got the patience. So are you going out and recruiting 25 freshmen? Or are you hitting the damn portal?
Portal. And that's a funny thought, because, yeah, you should be recruiting, but it's all about the portal.
Well, you're recruiting the portal. There are college basketball coaches who have said outright, I don't recruit high school anymore. We're flat out in the portal. There were, 1,700 or something, an average of over 4 players per school, might have been 5, in Division I basketball that were in the portal. Are you recruiting guys who you've seen how they play at the collegiate level? Or are you going and going to get a project, a guy out of high school, well, all right, we'll develop him in 2 or 3 years, and no, you're not going to be around. So for those of you who want that, and HB obviously is one of those guys, and I don't blame you, man. I get it. But it's not going backwards. And again, is this good for the student athlete? It's good for the ones who land in a spot that's better for them. Would I give you the numbers? 40% of the guys in the portal last school year did not find a spot. There wasn't a chair for them when the music ended.
Yeah, that number was incredibly high.
It was a silly number, wasn't it? It was, and I'll try to find it again. But the stat that this was about college, I want to say basketball. The number of athletes that went in and the percentage of guys who did not find a spot was crazy. And so what does it mean? Well, it means, guys, you gamble and you bet on yourself, and sometimes you lose, right? And sometimes it might not be bad to stay where you are. But it is what it is. Here's the number. This is according to Transfer Portal for Playing Time. This was basketball, 2022-2023 season. There were 1,815 players, 1,815 players that entered the portal. 817, as of about 2 weeks ago, had not found a new home. That's 45% of them that didn't find a spot. Of the freshmen, right, there were 717 freshmen. 48% of the freshmen didn't find a new place. 42% of the sophomores, 49% juniors. Grad transfers usually did, only 19% did. 45, almost half of the players didn't find a spot.
So what happens to them if they don't find a
Well,
spot?
life. Either they pay to go to school or they start with life, right?
So if the semester's already started, would you lose eligibility or anything like that?
In regards to your eligibility, I don't know how the clock works if you're not on a roster. I think your clock already started ticking. You get 5 years to play 4, right? So I'm going to guess your eligibility doesn't stop ticking just because you can't find a spot to play. But now, what am I doing? Am I going to trade school? Am I paying for college? Am I going to I was just on scholarship and now I'm not. What happens? Reality. And that's how many dudes are out there. 815. What's the number? Is it 351 Division I teams? I think is the number.
That's right.
So 815 divided by 351 is an average of 5.17 players, so more than 5 players per team transfer. I just want you to think about that. So when you get angry that this guy's leaving your team, or why did Javonte leave, or why did KJ leave, or well, first of all, at UNM, I firmly believe you have benefited. You've upgraded. I do believe the players coming in have outweighed the players going out. But it's not, the coach is running them off. Sometimes it is. Sometimes they just mutually agree, and sometimes the player wants to leave. But you're going to have to realize, man, the number is north of 5 per team per season of guys that are entering the portal.
That is shocking. I mean, the basketball team starts 5 players, so
not those 5.
Not those 5. You're right, but
although sometimes,
yeah, perhaps. I mean, someone trying to make the leap upward.
Yeah.
Wow, that is just staggering. 45%. That's, I guess. And when I talk about eligibility, I'm thinking if I'm not enrolled in the beginning of the semester, I can't play, right?
If you're not enrolled, I think that's right. You need to be enrolled at the beginning of the semester. Yeah. That's why you see semester transfers. So like you'll see guys transfer early December, right? Because finals, and then they want to enroll somewhere in the next semester, so they'll transfer. That's happened a number of times. You had a guy here last year do that. So, all right, when we come back, I'll wrap it up. Everything you need to know as you go forward. A staggering number. I wonder how many of you think. How many Americans will bet on the NFL this season? What do you think the percentage is? You know a bunch of people. How many of them are betting on the NFL? It's next. The opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal, your home for Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Prize Picks.
Olivas going to the corner of the end zone. Nice grab there by Josh Jackson, and that's going to be a touchdown, El Dorado.
Their strong point, their focal point, and their
Nelson will keep it himself for some room on the right side. Nelson's on his feet, and he is in. It's a touchdown for Noah Nelson.
Sliding, they slid out of going out there. Linebacker, they're going for the big gutter play. How did he hold on to that, Ethan Olguin? My goodness, a 32-yard bomb. He's going to launch this one long, and it's a little bit short, but what a pull down. Fabian Trujillo. Unbelievable, this man.
Dyer, back to pass. Pressure, gets out of it nicely. On the sideline, got an open man. It's Lambrana. Cheeto made one miss. Cuts back up the middle. Another cut to the right, and he's all the way down at the 10-yard line.
Is that Sweet Pete Jr.?
Right?
That's Sweet Pete Jr. right
What a move there by Cheeto Lambrera.
Second and 1, give it to Gallus.
Once again, he evades one tackle, evades two. Breaking into the open, there's a block. Bye-bye. And he breaks the last tackle to get through. Jake Gallus with the touchdown.
Happy with his defense so far. Vukovic, and that ball is ripped up. Bernalillo will have this ball at the 1 yard line.
That's the extra yards for Cheeto. Dyer quickly, it's batted into the air, and it is picked off. Rams football as Rio Rancho finally gets the turnover they need as it's tipped into the waiting arms of Vincente Tafoya. Ryan Brown had punched it into the air and allowed Tafoya to come away with it. Let's see if Nelson can make it pay.
back.
No! LaCueva gets it back on another tip drill. It falls into the waiting arms of the senior Luke Ryder.
Kick is up. It will bounce into the arms of Daniel Garcia, and Garcia explodes through the middle. He dodges Castro, and Garcia will run that one back from about the 17-yard line. Call that one an 83-yard touchdown rush.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet, so you can trust Clark's Pets to provide you the best products and service for your pets, because we work hard to understand all of their needs. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium.
I guess, is fantasy football considered betting on football? I mean, if you've got an entrance fee to your league, is that considered betting?
Technically, I believe so, but even the NFL allows them to play fantasy.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm glad I don't, because I'm wrong. Every time I think I got something nailed, I'm wrong. Like, I don't. Now, if it was available on my phone, I might be a little bit more apt. But for me, it's like, I'll go down to Zlet every now and then and drop something down there. According to the American Gaming Association, 1 in 4 American adults will bet on the NFL this season, which is up significantly from last year. So they say 28% of the adult population, 73.5 million Americans, will bet on the NFL this season. That's up 57.7% from last year. And I'm going to guess it's because it's more legal, right? It's more available.
That was my first thought.
More acceptable, right?
How many new states joined up the gambling since last year?
Well, so the United States is now going into its 5th football season since legal sports betting began spreading around the nation, right? So licensed sports books have popped up in 34 states, including some heavily populated football states, Massachusetts, Ohio, which opened this year. So Massachusetts, Ohio opened up this year. Kentucky is getting ready to open up for the season. So the AGA is more than 250 million. I'm sorry. Let me redo that, because that's billion with a B. $250 billion has been bet with American sportsbooks since 2018. I don't know if that's stunning, if that's surprising, I don't know what that means to you, but a quarter of the population bets on football. I'm going to guess that number's not the same on baseball, by the way, dude. Stop talking about football. Everybody wants to bet on baseball. Well, it's kind of the deal. Howard, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. How are you, Howard?
You know as well as I do, that wasn't our buddy Seattle Dan.
No, I promise that.
Well, I promise you that, because Dan is football is king.
I know.
And he still got this disillusionment that the Seahawks are going to win a Super Bowl this year. But I shared the same disillusionment. Somebody told me, are you playing fantasy football? I said, I play fantasy football every year. I fantasize the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. And then they don't. So there's my fantasy football.
There you go.
Oh, my Dan, I hate to tell you this. Football is king, buddy. Have a good day, guys.
See you, Howie. Yep, it is. It is. And people bet on it. All right, here's what you want to know as you're going through your day. Travis Kelce, this is what people are going to be talking about. Travis Kelce, the tight end of the Chiefs, will be reevaluated today. They say his ACL is structurally intact, hyperextended knee, questionable for tomorrow's opener against the Lions. Nick Bosa still out for the 49ers. Julio Urias, not with the Dodgers, their ace. He was charged with domestic violence. It's a pretty serious charge, evidently.
Felony.
A felony 2
charge.
days ago. So people are going to be talking about as they go through their day. Gopher's in on a follow-up. Oh, wait. Gopher sent me two things. He said, Jeff, are the Dividers in trouble? United. Jeff, they're 10th in the table with 7 furlongs to run, and they no longer have games in hand. In fact, 8th place Chihuahuas have 1 extra contest to play. Are the Dividers? Yeah. You're in 10th place with 7 to go, and the top 8 get in out of 12? Yeah. And then Gopher also says, here's my follow-up. Since rosters are going to be year to year, do coaches' contracts follow? Remember, we're always told coaches couldn't recruit unless they had millions of years left on their deal. They had to sit in the parents' living room and promise them they'd still be around when their brat was a senior. Coaches' contracts I don't see changing, going backwards. And I just see them getting, bigger and bigger. No, you're not going to be able to get rid of a coach, and there won't be a buyout. People around here lose their mind about that. You fire a coach with 2 years left, and the deal is you've got to pay out the rest of his contract. And I don't know if they lose their mind like this everywhere else. It's like, why are we giving this guy, $1 million to go away, $600,000 to go away? He was horrible. Well, that's kind of the deal.
Yeah, you made the deal. So that's when you say people go crazy about it. Like, is there?
They hate payouts. They hate like when Craig Neal was fired as basketball coach. You owed him whatever you owed him. When Loxley was fired, and I don't think anybody likes that kind of stuff. But like Greg Heyer, the coach down at New Mexico State, the basketball coach who was the coach when it all went down last year, they're still working on his settlement. I know that's not a done deal yet. The attorneys are still going back and forth. Greg's attorneys and the university.
That I can understand being a little upset about.
Well, and that one, the university's claiming there was cost extension for you. No, you're late. That's a tough one. I understand it. It's a tough one. All right, what are you doing with your Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow night's fantasy game? Kelsey's out. Obviously, you benched Kelsey. What are you doing with your Kansas City Chiefs? Who are you putting in? Do you like going to Valdez Scantling? Do you like Sky Moore? Do you like anybody? Do you like Rashee Rice? What do you like?
If I'm taking a flyer, I'm taking Rice. Moore is probably a safe bet as well. But if you are looking for kind of that needle in the haystack, I think Rice could be that guy.
Early in the season, you should have something better on your roster, right?
You probably should, yes.
Like at some point now, you probably need to have something. I mean, you got something to go to. I got Valdez Scantling. Do I go to him?
It's not the worst idea.
I'll figure it out. I got time, right?
Yeah, you got a little time. When it got 30 hours or so.
Yeah, about that. All right. Got Tito's going to be with us tomorrow. Talk some Louisville football. Jerry Palm's going to be with us tomorrow. CBS Sports. We'll talk what he thinks about the Dion phenomena and everything that's going on there. We got a lot going on tomorrow as well. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On is in at 4, and then you get Isotopes and Reno. Josh Sushan will have the call from Isotopes Park. Adrian, great job. It looks good on the visual side. Always a great job by you, my friend. Thank you, DC.
Thank you, Jeff.
Be good to each other, please. We'll be back tomorrow morning. 7 a.m. is when we'll start this thing tomorrow morning. Looking forward to that on a Thursday, the opening day of the National Football League. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you then.
We would like to
Get
thank
ready
the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Here at Clark's Pets, we understand your pets. We take meticulous time to find out more about them. Dig deep into their world to understand their needs. We do research for knowledge of each pet. We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.